All right, hey, what up, Facebook? We're out here. It's Sunday. It's hot already, and it's only like 9:10 or something like that. What time is it? 9:20. And I swear to God, it already feels like 200 fucking degrees Celsius. Yes, Celsius, not Fahrenheit. Anyhow, so we're out here Sunday. We're gonna check on the hives. I am solo, so I'm setting up the tripod right now. We're gonna try something a little different. I think I'm going to try to be over on the other side, or set the camera up a little bit on the other side here so you guys can see more than just my butt, like last week's episode. Trying to get this to be all stable, but it's not. Jenna's doing her thing today, so she's not going to be with us. All right, that is wobbly. That is all wobbly. There we go. That's not wobbly. We'll try not to bump it. So let's see here. It looks like I am seeing. Okay. So, been a busy weekend. Had my practical exam for the beehives for the state certification, which I did pass. So I am officially fully 100% certified. Just gotta wait for the paperwork, but it activates today. I passed my practical. Took the written a while ago, passed the written. So yeah, I'm all up to snuff. I am told by the state I know what I'm doing. So let's get in here. Let's get some smoke on the bees over here. Let's see if y'all. I probably shouldn't have grabbed this because now I'm going to have to mess around with it, but just want to show you the bees. This is the bottom part of the bee feeder. Get them some smoke. Now hopefully all of the foragers are out and about doing their thing, out looking for food. I will say the weather's been pretty gross the last couple of days. I have come back to the hive with some of the foragers home. And they don't like it when I get in their flight paths. They're starting to get a little on the aggressive side, but that's okay. We had a guest speaker at our bee club meeting last Wednesday, and he's like, gentle bees don't survive the winter. You need mean bees to get the food and protect their hives, which makes sense, right? Like, gentle bees aren't going to do what they need to do. God, why do I got so many smush bees in my upper lid? They need to learn to, like, get out of the way when the box is coming. So I'm actually okay with them starting to get a little aggressive. And again, it's not like I'm messing with the hive and they're not being, not being super aggressive. They don't attack me. When I leave their area, they stop buzzing me. So it's not, it's not a super aggression that they're being right now. They're just letting me know, hey, we got food here. We want to protect it. We don't need you screwing around with it. Poor girls, stop. Just stop. All right, we'll clean up here. All right, ladies, you need to learn to stay off the lid so you don't get squished. Now, the last few times when it was just the one box, because this box, remember, we just put this brood box on. So the last time, the lid was pretty active here, and this time it's not so much. Now, I've been feeding them about every other day, is what I've been doing. With just 1-to-1 syrup. What I want them to do is take the carbs that they're doing and to start drawing out comb on all the new frames. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. That's why we put it in the planter, that we don't want it taking over the yard. All right, so they have definitely moved up here. Watch out, ladies. Okay, so looking at this, we don't have a whole lot of new comb done up on this yet. I don't know if you can see that through the camera, but this is just like the outermost, so they usually work center out. We do see some, like they're putting a little bit of comb up on the top here. We're going to go ahead, put that right there. Okay, so now I do see lots of bee activities on these other frames here. So they're working these out. As we can see, again, there's not a whole lot of action, but they have put some on there. So that's good. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to find the queen up on these boxes yet, because same thing. I see a little bit of action, but not a whole lot. Yes, lady. Yep, just a little bit of action here, not a whole lot. I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time checking these frames. I'm just going to look down my beehive here. The problem is we've got some comb being drawn between the two layers here, and it's causing these to stick some to the bottom layer. They do like that spur comb. Yeah, so as you can see, there's a lot of spur comb going on here on the bottom here. They're kind of wasting wax doing that, because we want them just to move straight up. We don't need all this extra stuff they got going on. I'm actually going to take out these spacers here, because we really don't need them. They're kind of getting in the way. Remember, I'd put some spacers in a while ago, and yeah, as long as I remember to tighten everything, it should be fine. So again, yep, just some spur comb. We're starting to get a little comb done up on the frame itself, but nothing to really write home about. So we want to just kind of separate. Okay, so yep, we're just going. Yep, so nothing big, nothing huge on that one. That's fine. So this is my drone frame here. There's no wax yet. They haven't even got out to it. So we'll put that back. Okay. So this box is fine. There's nothing new, nothing going on that we really need to address or, to write home about. So what I'm going to do now is just move all of these back to the center. They're sliding nice and easy because they ain't got nothing to them. No weight, nothing, no honey, no wax. We'll put that back in. And then what I want to do is just make sure these are good and tight so we don't violate the bee space. Now, I kind of don't like that spur on it because it's kind of making my frames just a little cattywampus, which can cause issues down the road here. But nothing we can't take a few minutes here to fix. Okay. All right, so we're done with this box real quick, right? Because there's nothing going on, nothing that I need to really worry about. Let's go ahead and separate the two boxes. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead. Watch out, ladies. Don't want to squish you. Hopefully I didn't squish any of them. All right. So if you look, you can see this is all that spur comb that I was talking about. That's what was getting the frame stuck together. It's just something they're going to do. A lot of times beekeepers will, should have brought a bucket out, but I did not bring a bucket out. I'll use that lid. Let me make sure I got this aim good. It's hard to see if I got this down at a good angle. There we go. Okay. All right. So here was, see here, this was one of the blocks I was using to try to keep the cell phone down. Damn it. Not the cell phone down, but I kicked up the trim around my rock garden here, which is annoying. So, yeah, got to fix that. Oh, Alright. I really need to get like just a harness or something. Go away. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Now what do I got set up here? I need a better setup is what I need. That should be stable. Okay. That should be stable. There. All right. All right. Let's try this again. Take two. So, as I was saying, in the first box, we are good. We are golden. Second box, I'm going to take off those spurs. This wax up here. We're going to go ahead and put this here. Now, as a beekeeper, you'll get some beekeepers who will throw this wax, if there's any honey and anything else, the spur wax, they will have a tendency to like throw it in the yard, throw it down on the ground. You don't want to do that because that will bring out all sorts of nasties such as wax moths, the little small hive beetles. Yeah, it will cause trouble. So when you are taking care of spur like this, what you want to do is have a box that you can dispose of the spur away from your hive. So we're just going to go ahead. I'm just going to clear this stuff up. So we don't want that getting on the ground. We don't want that to be left behind. Because we don't want to attract other bees. Other bees will smell it and they'll realize there's a hive here and they might come try to rob. And then, like I said, the wax moths, hornets, anything that wants to eat my bees or get in my bees' nest to lay eggs, they'll smell this. So when you do scrape it off, make sure to take it away. I think there's supposed to be a way of like recycling the wax, giving it back to the bees. That's something I'll have to do a little more research on. Because it takes 8 pounds of honey to make 1 pound of wax. So this is a lot of effort from the bees. All right. Come on, ladies. So I am seeing probably the most activity I have seen in this hive. Like, as far as nurse bees go, there is a lot. So we must have had a bunch just recently hatch, is what I'm thinking. I'm going to go ahead, move these. I'm just going to move these so I can get access to them. Watch out, ladies. Coming through. Don't touch the bee there. Okay. Alright. Okay, so that looks good. Now remember, we only want to spend a few seconds looking on each side. Take that off a little bit, get them down. Okay. So that's good. Now you'll notice I am doing something a little different. I have been putting these, ooh, that's a big ass spider. Get away from my bees. I have been putting, well, he's probably eating hive beetles. I usually put the frame back when I inspect the one. if I've been doing it wrong, I should put the first one off to the side to give me more room to maneuver in here. And after they showed me that, when I was at the Rocky Mount Apiary working in their hives for my practical, yes, things are a lot easier doing it that way. All right. Okay. So what I'm looking for is signs of any mite infestation. I'm looking for eggs. This looks like this is going to be all... Ooh, there's a bunch of eggs. Okay. We got a bunch of eggs, and they are standing straight up. I doubt you guys can see that. I don't know if that's going to focus in, but there's just little itty-bitty white specks on the black there, and they are standing straight up, which means the queen just laid these eggs within 24 hours. They fall down. It takes about 24 hours for them to fall down after the queen lays them. So, yes. Oh, this is heavy. So, if you look up here, that shiny stuff, that's all nectar that will be turned into honey. Now, here's something I didn't know. Bees typically, see how these are rumpled up, right? If this was capped honey, they will walk all over it and they will flatten it down. But if it's brood, they won't actually walk over the capped brood. So the brood will retain a bit of the dome shape to it. So I can tell that those are larvae that are in their final stages before they become bees. That was another thing I learned the other day. It was actually a really good day. We had a, well, like I did my practical in the morning, and then after the practical, we had a class about vermilla mites and other pests and how to test for them and whatnot. And it was a very interesting class. God, it is so hot here. This heat wave sucks. Okay. Oh, this is heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. This is filled with honey. So as you can see, if you remember what I was showing you last time, you see how everybody's on this for one thing? But if you look, you can kind of see how that's dimpled down. That's because they're walking across it. It's because that cap is all honey. This frame is all just honey. And I don't know what dropped on my foot. Hope it wasn't nectar. Yep, I'm seeing nothing but honey and nectar in this one. I'm almost wondering if I should move this to the outside. Watch out, ladies. Buzz. Probably smelling my sweat. Like I want the salty sweat. So I will say I'm not having any issues with like the comb being off the frame. Sometimes they'll bridge, and I'm not having any issues with that because I'm keeping my bee space good. So this one, oh, I am dripping sweat now. This one here, I'm seeing lots of nectar and lots of eggs. Well, not eggs, larvae actually. And we got some drones. So again, here is some drones. I don't know if you guys can see that, if that's focused in. But as you can see, I don't want to be pinching any of the girls here. If you look, I don't know if you guys can see that, but they stick out significantly more than the other ones. Like I said, they always kind of remind me of just a large bullet compared to the worker cells. Okay, so that one I'm getting a lot of buzzy. I'm getting a lot of buzzy. They're dive bombing me a little bit. I feel like King Kong. The little airplanes is climbing the tower there. The airplanes are shooting at them, the little biplanes. All right. So as you can see here, we got lots and lots of male drones here at the bottom. Now I could scrape those off if I really wanted to. I'm not going to. In here, I'm not seeing any new eggs. I am seeing some pollen, some nectar. Looks like they're making some honey. They're tapping some of the nectar off, so that's getting dried out. Not seeing any new eggs. Oh, you see that one with the pollen? I've actually never seen them put pollen into a cell. That'd be kind of fun. There's a bunch of larvae on the back side of this one, so yep, that's looking good. Okay. Oh, it is hot. I don't know why it's so hot. Okay, so look at this. You see now, that's all cat brood. You see where they're walking? They're not really walking. Some of them are, but like the hive in general is not walking across. So that's a good sign. Everything is good and healthy. We're going to have lots of adults emerge here in the next couple of days. I like that. Got lots of pollen on this one. Tons of pollen on this one. And then on this back side here, again, I'm seeing lots and lots of larvae that should be emerging here in the next couple of days. Whew. Now, I do think everybody should have a bee. Like, I think neighborhood bee hives should be a commonplace. If you have a garden, I think you should have, okay, there's some pollen right here. Somebody needs to get that pollen and put it into a comb. I think every neighborhood should have a beehive. I think if you're a big gardener, having bees is just natural. But I think if you're going to have bees, you've got to learn to take care of them, because there's so much disease out there, and it doesn't just affect your bees, it affects all the bees in the area. The wild bees, any other neighboring bees, like, it can be problematic. One of the things they talked about in our class when we went a little off topic was breeding resistance. And our guest speaker was talking about how, you know, people will get the queens that have the resistant traits, but they just keep requeening. And where was I going with this? I lost my train of thought. Anyhow, what a lot of people don't realize is they also need, you know, the drones need to get out there and mate with all the wild drones, because while the resistant drones with the resistant traits to mites or whatever, they don't mate with our queens in general. They're not supposed to. Drones will have like I think it's a half a mile of radius for their mating ritual, and queens will fly out to a mile, so they don't